It's the weekly show about Pro AV with the hottest news in the AV industry. It's rAVe TV. Give it up for Steph and Gary. Steph and Gary.
Good morning, everyone. This is Gary K, and I almost forgot my microphone. Thanks to Shure, I have a really good microphone. Everyone, it's funny. Everyone asks me which microphone this is all the time. I appreciate all of you watching. Obviously, you can see the Shure logo, and I feel like it's like almost like a sales pitch because the thing sounds so good. Everybody always compliments me on it, and they're one of our sponsors, of course. But they custom painted it purple for me, so that's why. It's hard to find this exact mic, the MV7, but it's purple. But in any case, listen, we're going to go live to Steph in just a few minutes. But I first wanted to remind you that you're watching rAVe TV, the industry's only live TV show. We come to you live every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern. And that way our European clients can watch this show live. And of course, we restream it at noon so that California, Arizona, Nevada, they can all watch this live in their own time zone as well. I should say real time in their own time zone. But normally I do this show with Steph, and we usually top of the show talk about movies and TV shows and stuff like that. But listen, Steph is at WebexOne in San Diego, and this is a big show. WebexOne, it happens only once a year. It's sort of like everything about collaboration. A lot of people think that Teams and Zoom dominate collaboration. Webex Cisco is a big partner in that. And in fact, now there's a lot of integration between Teams and Zoom and Webex. Well, we sent Steph to cover the show, and she's actually live at the WebexOne show. And hopefully this transition will work because she's actually with Dave Danto at WebexOne, and we're going to do a quick interview with Dave and kind of their reflections on the show. So let's see if this, we'll cross my fingers and see if this works. So Steph, hopefully I can hand this off to you because I can't see you. So I don't know for sure, but I'll have my producer give me a thumbs up if the handoff worked. Otherwise, you'll be seeing me doing more stories right away. So let's see if this works. Give it a step.
Thanks, Gary. As you said, I'm here for WebexOne 2025. I'm very excited. This is the first time I've ever been here. And look who I found. David Danto, who just joined us literally last week, but I found him in person. David, it's good to see you.
It's good to see you as well. I've been to WebexOne many times before, a whole one other time, but lots of Cisco conferences, so I was happy to see you. Surprised, but happy.
Yeah, exactly. And this is kind of a really interesting year for me to have come to this because I do feel like there were some particularly interesting announcements for the AV community.
Very interesting announcements, and one of them happened yesterday, but not here,
Yeah.
And they're both involving Microsoft MDEP. So we had one of Cisco's competitors, Neat, announce that they're joining the MDEP program, and then here at WebexOne, we learned that Cisco is going to be on board with their new devices. Now, both of these are announcements about future products, not current products. So everything that they've both got out now aren't, at this point at least, aren't going to be switching over to MDEP, but those two companies coming on board means from the legacy video manufacturers, there's only two left that aren't on board now. One is Logitech, and the other one is HP. And honestly, HP's lost. I don't even want to get into that. But Logitech, they're going to need some product refreshes in order to join it. So there's only two left. It's going to be interesting to watch when all the dominoes fall.
Why do you think MDEP has been so quickly adopted by nearly every company that's really big in the UC space?
Well, I can give you the overt reason or the covert reason, but the overt reason is, Android has been scattered ever since people have been using it, the AOSP version of Android. So, one company would have one version, another company would have another version. It was very hard for Microsoft to keep them all updated. And by creating one stable version of AOSP Android, their Microsoft device ecosystem platform, I've got to keep remembering that, now they can send out patches all at one time and they can keep it updated and they can keep it secure, which is worth it. The covert reason is that if you're not on MDEP, you can't release a new Microsoft Teams product. So all these manufacturers have been told, anything that you had certified, okay, fine, it's still certified. But anything that you want to release that's new, that you want certified from Microsoft Teams, has to be on our MDEP. That pretty much is what told everybody. Neat's announcement was because we're expecting them to announce some new product soon. And with Cisco, we're expecting them to announce some products around the start of the calendar year. They had no choice.
Which is so interesting because in a lot of ways, Cisco and WebEx are directly a competitor to Microsoft. So it's kind of really interesting to see them being like, well, we understand that people want to use Cisco devices sometimes, but not necessarily use them on WebEx. Some people use Teams for a lot of different things, including meetings. So to me, it was really interesting to see them be like, well, we recognize this is happening, so we might as well make it really easy for it to happen because we still want our devices to be able to be used by Teams.
Yeah, well, a couple of years ago, Cisco made the decision that they want to be an open platform. They want you to use their better devices on whatever platform you use. And if you happen to use the WebEx platform, you get an even better experience. So that's a conscious decision. They're doing gangbusters right now, selling products into people that are using Microsoft Teams. And they've just made a similar announcement with Zoom. Yeah. And it's now the most interoperable device on the market, which is stunning considering where they were, 5-10 years ago. So it's definitely exciting from the Microsoft side and the Cisco side.
Why do you think they decided to become the most open of any of the other options out there?
Well, we were listening to Jeetu Patel today and Anurag talking about how they want to be. They don't want to force people into a walled garden. They want people to experience what it's like using the Cisco devices. And if you use two devices, that's more magic, and you start to get those experiences. They would like that. They're also, when you have certain enterprises that have 4, 5, 6, 7 vendors in a space, and they can cut down a vendor or two. A lot of them are making the decision. Well, you have a Cisco in the data center. We use Microsoft at the desktop. We can cut out an HP. We can cut out a Logi. A lot of them are saying that's great, one less vendor to deal with, and they're very happy with it. Others aren't making that decision, so it's not cut and dry, but they've been doing very well selling into Teams customers.
Yeah. Well, operating not on a walled garden, a few AV companies can definitely learn a little something from what we have done here. Of the announcements that we are allowed to talk about, a lot of them are still under embargo. What is the one that is most exciting to you?
Well, I'm impressed with what they referred to as Director, which is an overused name, unfortunately, in our space. But when we came out with these simplified room systems for collaboration, you had to set them, well, we're going to be in group mode, or we're going to be in, speaker tracking mode, or this mode, or that mode. And what they've said is, why are we still telling people that they have to pick? Let's just have the AI in the system decide what the right shot is based on what they see. And they're creating, in many cases, a digital twin of the room. They're just looking at the whole room, so they're giving recommendations. The chairs are in the wrong place, the walls are in the wrong place, you need better microphones, and you don't have to tell me what shots to use for the camera. I'll figure it out based on looking at it. That's amazing. Cisco is used to be known differently as a company that had one button to push, and with this feature, it's no buttons to push. You just walk in and start doing your room.
Which is really, really amazing, because when you think about it, I really do see AI being able to help us a lot in this way. Why aren't we leaning on it more to make our lives easier? It seems like a lot of other companies are just throwing it into their stuff in hopes of making it more popular, but it's actually overcomplicating it. It's nice to see Cisco taking the idea of this is actually supposed to simplify it for you.
Yeah, well, we've seen a lot of AI washing. This is your AI tissues, and this is your AI college ring, and your AI toilet paper, and that's not what... Exactly, it means nothing. And, you've even seen some vendors here with the same, they use the term AI. But what you're seeing is different from AI, it's different from generative AI, it's different from meeting summaries. Yes, meeting summaries are cool. We've had this conversation before. But, you could have an intern do a meeting summary. It's not magical. But you could have a camera look at the room and decide what shot to take, or hear the noise of the people walking by and say, you didn't want to hear that, and get rid of that. That's what we used to call machine learning. Yeah. That's really a good use of AI. And simultaneous translation in different languages, that's when it's really improving the product, as opposed to just somebody taking notes so I didn't have to hire an intern.
And making things clunky for no reason. Yeah. Well, Dave, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thanks for seeing you here.
Yeah, of course. Where can people go find you on the internet?
Well, we're on talkingpoints.com with a Z, Talking Points with a Z, or you can always just Google my name, David Danto. You'll always find me.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, Gary, I'm going to send it back to you. I have some more coverage to get done, so I can make sure to put that on the rAVe Pub's website. So I will see you later.
All right. So, yeah, I'm excited. I actually like the idea of AI toilet paper. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but that could take many different forms. Could be interesting. But any case, they referenced the WebEx keynote where all these announcements were made. The entire keynote is available online. And we dropped the link in all the socials and stuff like that, so you can actually go check it out. Here are some images, some photos taken from WebexOne 2025 yesterday. And a lot of people. This is a big event. A lot of big announcements. The big focus was AI and the way that they're incorporating AI. The interoperability between other platforms was part of the announcements. Certainly, the cinematic meetings feature of Cisco's product is far superior to anyone else's. And let's not forget that one of the major developers of WebEx is the founder of Zoom, Eric Yuan. He developed a lot of the functionality of WebEx that's there now, which is interesting. He's had a big impact on collaboration as an individual for many, many years. But yeah, you can actually go watch the full keynote that was delivered yesterday, or yeah, I guess it was yesterday. And we dropped the link in all the socials, and yeah, where you get it on our website as well. So hey, like I said up top, the reason why I sound so good is because of Shure and their nice purple mic they gave me. And I want you to check this video out because all of you in the Pro AV market are using the IntelliMix product in some way, right? And a lot of that interview with Dave Danto talked about Microsoft Teams and MDEP and all the things they're doing. Well, one of those partners is Shure with the IntelliMix room kits now for Microsoft Teams rooms. Check these out if you haven't seen them yet.
What if you could have an effortless Microsoft Teams room solution with Shure's best-in-class audio, auto-configured for you with intelligent video? Now you can with IntelliMix room kits from Shure. Ready to deploy, easy to use. For richer collaboration, powered by high-performance audio and enterprise-level security and management for small to large meeting spaces. Now let's get your whole team together.
All right, as Dave Danto and Steph alluded to, just yesterday, Neat joined the Microsoft MDEP ecosystem platform, the Microsoft device ecosystem platform. Like he said, that leaves only two major companies, Poly and Logitech, as not joining yet, but I suspect they will eventually. But, there's a lot of work to get this kind of done, but now Neat has joined it. And as you know, Neat has had a long-standing integrated relationship with Zoom as well. So yeah, that story is on rAVe Pubs. All of these stories, everything you're hearing about today is available somewhere at ravepubs.com. That is for sure. And by the way, we broadcast this live, not just on ravepubs.com and YouTube, but also on my LinkedIn as well. This is coming to you on LinkedIn as well. So you have a chance to see it on LinkedIn. And so you can actually watch it kind of like a LinkedIn TV show. All right. So let's see what other news we have. ISE is now going to have a cybersecurity summit, part 2, I guess you'd say, because they did one last year. They expanded the lineup to include more features. There's going to be a keynote by Saul Rashid, who is the guy who authored the Your AI Survival Guide to Cybersecurity. There are listening suites. There's so much new stuff at ISE this year. There's a cybersecurity summit, as I mentioned. There's an ed tech summit, basically Congress, they're calling it, focusing on education technology. So yeah, we've updated all the things happening at ISE on our website at ravepubs.com. So check that out. All right, Global Cache. They've got some cool products, and they have partnered with Modern Atomics for powering their shades. As you may remember, Modern Atomics last year at CEDIA in 2024 introduced a network switch, 16-port network switch that runs off of low voltage, but actually can power itself. from just one Ethernet cable. It doesn't even have to be PoE, which is kind of wild. But anyway, that can then basically power and manage shading, motorized shades. And so it's kind of cool. These partnerships and what Modern Atomics is doing. If you haven't heard of either one of these companies, go to ravepubs.com and check out the story, because to have a network switch that literally requires no power port and can regenerate its own power is quite unique. Obviously, that's got multiple patents on it. Michael Braithwaite is the person who founded that company, and he is known. You know him from Clear One fame, among others. In other news, Jabra and Hudley have partnered. Right, Jabra and Hudley have partnered to simplify large meeting room collaboration, which allows you to put in multiple Hudley cameras that will work seamlessly with Jabra's products, the audio and video products, to build better rooms so that you can build larger rooms using the Panicast system. That also includes the Speak product lines as well for large and small and medium-sized rooms. And this is available in North America now, but it'll be available globally early 2026. And then Cheryl Waltman and Rachel Hines have joined the rAVe board. rAVe, as you may know, is Women in AV and IT. So I think probably everyone on here probably knows who Rachel Hines is. She's been in the industry a long time, most recently with Peerless now for, I don't know, probably 10, 12 years, something like that. So she's now on the rAVe board. And of course, Cheryl, she runs marketing for Edge. Edge used to be USAV and PSA. I mean, they've changed a couple of times. Was prior to Edge. She's been there for probably like 5 years. She was with ADI, Snap One. So rAVe is powering up more. And if you haven't started supporting that organization, you probably should take a look at it. A lot of talent there, and there's a lot of talent development going on there, and a lot of opportunity. And if you're, if you're a newbie in the industry and you want to get involved with a Women in AV and IT organization, you can simply go to womeninavit.org, womeninavit.org to get involved. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. All right. Check out this quick video explaining the Crestron Flex Pods, which this is all the new stuff they came out with since Infocom. They're one of our sponsors. We really appreciate what they do to help us bring rAVe TV to you. So check this out. All right. So in other news, and again, always find all of these news stories at ravepubs.com. Genentech added real-time audio to its security SaaS, software as a service platform. That's quite interesting, especially for those of you that are already in the Genentech cloud. They're sort of like already bought off on their ecosystem. You can learn more about that at genetec.com, but now you have audio inside the platform. Logitech has debuted Zone Wireless 2 ES and Zone Wired 2 headsets with adaptive noise cancellation. These headsets are great in applications where you're going to be making Zoom and Teams calls in a busy office environment, like a co-working space or an open office environment. And this is the kind of things that integrators should be selling as a byproduct of the relationship they have with their customers. This is the kind of stuff you can buy online at Amazon, as you know. But what happens is, instead of giving up the opportunity to Amazon, why not say, hey, while I'm here installing this meeting room, is there anyone in your organization that needs headsets for their job? And you can add that to your arsenal of products that you're selling, and keep that relationship owned by you rather than expanding it out to Amazon, which makes no sense to me. And then CTI has started a summer internship program. They have partnered with the U.S. Department of Labor, and they're trying to help build future AV talent. One of the problems, as we all know, is getting young people to even find our industry. Once they found it, they love it, but it's hard to find our industry because our industry is not taught. Audiovisual technology is not taught in any of the trade schools or any of the 2 or 4 year college programs. It's mentioned, but it's not a central topic of educational opportunity and access. So we have to do that. We have to hope that Avixa does that, and they've developed a great program in and around that. But also we have to do that individually. So there's an opportunity for you to tell your kids' friends, if they want to get in the industry, this is one way to do it. They've been doing it. CTI has been doing it a while, actually, but now they've formalized the program, and you can learn more at cti.com or at ravepubs.com, either place. And then for the last story, and this will be a quick show, luckily it's only about 25 minutes instead of 30. I want to remind you, we have Launch Week 12 coming up. I'll be doing an EdTech keynote during Launch Week 12, which is the end of this month. Can you believe it's already October? It's October. It's like 80 degrees here in North Carolina. It's weird. It is. It'll be interesting. This is the kind of month that it's going to be like hot at the beginning of October, and then probably like a snowstorm during Halloween. But it's October 28th through the 30th. That way you don't miss your Halloween with your kids because of Launch Week. So it's the 28th or the 30th. You will not miss Halloween. It's Launch Week 12. 3 days. Each day you can earn 3 CTSs, CTSI, and CTSD RUs. And so you should join. If you haven't, or if you're not already a Launch member, it's easy to join. Go to launch.com, LAVNCH.com. And we got a story about it at ravepubs.com, but I'd go to launch.com. And you can look under the upcoming events, section, and it'll tell you all about it and what each day is covering. We have 3 different days. On the top of my head, I think we have Emerging Tech Day, Educational Technology Day, and I think Pro AV Day or something like that. But ultimately, it doesn't really matter. They're all awesome. And when you sign up, you automatically get access to all 3 days, but you also automatically do not have to attend all 3 days. We will track when you attend and send you the appropriate CTS certificates. You don't even have to worry about it. All right. So look, next week, hopefully, Steph will be back, and we'll have her live, as opposed to her being in a different location. Seems like we're doing a lot of traveling. There's a lot going on this fall. But anyway, I appreciate you joining. You can always see all of our Rave TV episodes. This is like episode, I don't know what number, it's like 235, something like that. Yeah. So what is that? Let's see. That 235 divided by 52. 50. That'd be like almost 4.5 years worth of episodes. Can you believe that? We've been doing this show that long. That's crazy to me. But hey, this is awesome. I've enjoyed doing it. And you can watch it every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern, or you can watch all of our past episodes at ravepubs.com. Click on the Rave TV link. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.
It's the weekly show about Pro AV with the hottest news in the AV industry. It's rAVe TV. Give it up for Steph and Gary.